You look fantastic.
Thank you, I'm wearing a suit.
I like your suit.
Thank you.
I love that suit.
I feel grown up.
I'm so excited for you, and explain how your book is going to be turned into a TV show. First of all, congratulations, first of all. And how is that what's that gonna look like?
Well, I mean, I'm really excited because I think it's gonna look like a modern American family. We don't get to see my type of families on screens very often, but we're a family that's been through divorce and remarriage and co-parenting and step-parenting, which is such a beautiful thing that's never shown in all of its beauty. And we're a queer family, right? So we get to see, yeah, thank you. And we get to see an authentic queer love story, queer family. So we're just gonna try to further the gay agenda.
I mean, I'm so excited to see it. And Sarah Paulson, who I absolutely adore, is gonna play you.
I know.
So, and she was your first choice, right?
First and only.
Okay.
She was my only choice.
And
yes.
and then how does that happen where you get in touch with her and ask her?
So I just prayed for a lot, like just hoped she'd show up at my door and I could ask her. I was scared to death to email her. And finally, the producer said, so the only way that we're gonna be able to have her play you is if you actually ask her, which was, and I said, is there any other way? And so I emailed her. I wrote her like a love letter, this long letter about what a transformative actor she is. And she's just, you know how Sarah Paulson has this twinkle in her eye all the time?
Yeah.
You have it too. It's like, she always looks like she's up to something.
She is, she usually is.
I know. I mean, I love a woman who's up to something.
Yeah.
And so I just sat and sweated. I sent the email and then sweated, and she emailed me right back and said that she had always felt like she was meant to play the part.
Wow.
I
Before
know.
it's even a TV
Yes.
show. Wow.
I know. So wonderful.
So you had never met before?
No.
Yeah.
Now we have.
Yeah, she's adorable. She's fantastic.
She's amazing.
And now who's going to play Abby's part?
We don't know. We're hoping that you will audition.
Perhaps.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's an obvious choice.
Maybe.
If you don't, I don't know what we're going to
No,
do.
who does she want?
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know?
No, I mean, we need somebody with her power and her intensity and her beauty, and I don't know, it's gonna be a search.
Yeah.
The internet has some ideas about who should.
Who do they think?
They, at one point I saw some pictures of people putting Sarah's face on me and Gillian Anderson's face on Abby.
Yeah.
So the gay Twitter was really into that for a while. Yeah,
Right.
that's so creepy and weird. That's my actual wedding picture with different faces.
That is creepy and weird.
Yeah, it is.
But Jillian is good.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, wouldn't be as good as you, but if you're gonna refuse to
You
try
can't.
out.
Yeah, I need to take a break.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't even remember Wisconsin.
Fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
So the thing you posted with Abby surprising you on Instagram was so sweet. So you've been married almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in May.
Yes.
And she surprised you, brought you to the rooftop, and just kind of did the whole proposal over again.
She re-proposed, so she had my whole family up on the roof. She had our daughter singing and playing the guitar to our wedding song. And yes, it was very sweet and romantic, but you know how in relationships there's sometimes one person who's romantic and the other one is not?
Yes.
Right. And so when the one person does big romantic gestures, you kind of just want to die inside. Like, that's how I felt that whole time. It doesn't look like it, because on Instagram you have to be really, like, happy. But yeah, I was dying inside. I was just saying, is it almost over? Is it almost over? But my daughter was singing, and that
She's
part
got
was
an amazing voice.
She's something.
But y'all have been together for 5 years, and if people thought that this was going to ruin your career. I mean, first of all, you're married to a man, you have children, you all of a sudden start. I mean, most people, anyone who knows who you are, knows your story. But now y'all have an amazing relationship. You're still together, and there are people that were saying this is not going to work, and you couldn't be more successful, more popular, people love you, and I'm just so, you showed them. Because love always wins, right?
Because love always wins.
Love
and
always
truth
wins.
And freedom, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we always say there's no such thing as one-way liberation. Like, when you do your thing or say your thing or free yourself, it scares everybody to death at first, but then everybody else gets a little bit freer, right? It's like a baton you pass on.
Yeah.
Ripple, our whole family, everybody, Craig, Abby, all the kids. It was hard at first, as divorce always is. But now everybody's just a little bit freer in my family.
Yeah.
And they know that they'll be loved for who they are for the rest of their lives.
Yep. All right. We'll be back. We're going to talk about your podcast, We Can Do Hard Things, after this. We're back with Glennon Doyle, and we're pals, we're friends, and we talk, and we share things with each other. And you're just recently sharing something that, because holidays are hard for everybody, and this is something that you want to share.
Yeah. Well, first of all, for anyone who has eating disorder past or history with mental health, I'm going to talk about it right now, so know that, if you need to take care of yourself and turn it down or whatever, take care of yourself. But yeah, so I got sober, as you know, 20 years ago. And sober to me, sober from bulimia and from alcohol. And sober just means to me just not hurting myself, just not actively hurting myself, right? And I was so terrified to talk about my recent relapse with bulimia on the pod, which I did recently, because I don't know, I was just scared it would be like admitting failure. But then I remembered that I really believe in the power of truth-telling, to kind of make things better eventually. That's how I've lived my life. So usually it gets harder first and then gets better, right? So at the time, over the holidays, I found myself binging and purging again. And I was keeping it secret from myself. I have this really awesome trick that I can play on myself where I can convince myself that the thing that is happening is actually not happening. And then one day I just found myself blurting it out to Abby. I was just doing the dishes and I just blurted it out to her. And I think that that was the moment of victory, because it's just that moment where you've said it, you can't take it back, you've blurted it out, and so it's finally out there, and you can finally look at yourself because you've told the truth.
Yep. Yep. And you kind of compare it, this is a beautiful analogy of a staircase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, okay, so after I told Abby, we went for a hike. Mm-hmm. Because fresh air, it's just, this is why you don't want to tell your Olympian wife these things, because you end up on a freaking hike. Okay, so we went for a hike for the fresh air and things, and we were out on the coast, and there was this huge staircase that went down to the ocean. And so I walked down the staircase, and there was this landing in the middle. And I was just standing on the landing, looking down at the stairs that went down to the ocean, and it was kind of like dark, and you couldn't see. And then I looked up at the stairs going up, and it was like bright and beautiful, but looked like such hard work, right, the climb. And I realized, oh, I'm on the landing right now. Like day one of any sort of sobriety or mental health journey or anything hard is a landing, right? It's like that moment where you stop and you take a deep breath and you tell yourself the truth and you realize, okay, here I am. I can go down to the dark, and that will be easier. It's just like a sinking away. Or I can turn around and climb those freaking stairs again, And honestly, I'm 45 and I've been dealing with this crap for so long, and life is so hard, and I know I'm gonna start the stairs anyway, because I know that's the way to go. But right now I'm just hanging out on the landing. I'm just like, a landing in a staircase is actually defined as a place where a traveler can rest or change directions, right? So sometimes we just all need a little time on the landing.
Yep.
To rest for a minute. So I'm catching my breath, and then I'll climb the freaking stairs again with all the fresh air and things.
All right. You're amazing. Your book is amazing. Your podcast is amazing. It's called Get Untamed, the journal, which is out now. Mm-hmm. And her podcast is called We Can Do Hard Things, on all podcast platforms. And it's entertaining, it's educational, it's fun, it's everything you're looking for in a podcast, but inspiring. So I love you. Thanks for being here. We'll be back.